I remember him coming down and, yeah, I'll play with you, and we'll try to explain to him some of the controls and all of the different buttons and, the different ways that you can hit them in succession. And it was overwhelming. And he put his hands up and was done. And that was essentially the last time we ever played video games together, unless it was something super retro. Hello, and welcome to Enter the Nebula, episode 36. My name's Mike Ergo. While this was a travel week, and typically that was just going to be a short video, unedited, I wanted to wait till I got home because I had some very cool conversations which drove this week's topic, and I wanted to make sure I had some time to think about it and then get home and put this together. So it will be a little bit shorter of an episode this week, but I want to talk about not getting left behind. And a lot of the conversations I was having this week is about cutting edge technology, typically around AI, and how that's going to change the way that we do business. But I think it's also changing the way we live. And I liken it to where we were as a society back when Google really was taking off, or Yahoo, and using the internet to find answers. We're at a different inflection point, if you will, or at and on the precipice of something new where the new standard is weird. It's weird to talk to your phone. It's weird to talk to your Amazon Echo. But that's where the norm is going. And I'm finding myself in this internal struggle that I'm sure other people felt, or our parents felt, when the new technologies were coming out around the Internet of Things. And it's hard, but I think learning to embrace the technology, both in the workplace and outside the workplace, is extremely important. And I'm not saying adopt, I'm saying embrace. And embrace is different than adopting, because if you can embrace the technology and if you can embrace the power that it is going to bring and some of the benefits that it's going to have, you can be open to adopting it in a way that works for you, whether it's in your life or in your business. But the last thing you want to do is be adverse to the change. And that, I think, is a very powerful message and something to consider, especially as a leader, because the change is coming, whether we want it or not. The movement is coming. The benefit of these language learning models and the things that AI can do, from medical applications to manufacturing to software applications, it is going to change the way we do work and the way we live our lives. We can't be left behind. Or if you are, you're going to be truly left behind. It's not something um, where you can put it off. And I liken it to my dad and I growing up. Our first computer was a compact computer, and we played Doom on it together. If you can know Doom, Doom was the best. And I loved playing video games with my dad. I loved playing Doom on the computer with him. And eventually I got to the age where I was playing PlayStation and some of the more intricate games. And I remember him coming down and, yeah, I'll play with you, and we'll try to explain to him some of the controls and all of the different buttons and, the different ways that you can hit them in succession. And it was overwhelming. And he put his hands up and was done. And that was essentially the last time we ever played video games together, unless it was something super retro. I personally don't want that. And I'm smiling because on the flight back, I opened up my Steam Deck on the airplane and was playing Dreamlight Valley. Disney's Dreamlight Valley because that's what my kids play, and I want to know what they're playing, and I want to be up to date on the new technologies that are around because I want to be embracing. I want to embrace it, and I want to be a part of this because I want to not only reap the benefits, but I want to show the people I'm working with that I'm a thought leader in the area. And as leaders, that's important because if we're adverse to change and we're not embracing it, but then we also, in the same breath, want our people to work more efficiently and increase their throughput or increase velocity, but we're not going to enable them to embrace the new technology on a way to adopting it, we're being very hypocritical as leaders. And I think that's an important thing to think about. Next week, we'll dive into this deeper and talk about adopting. How do we as leaders drive adoption of new technologies and new processes in our organizations? Thank you for listening to this week's brief episode. Again, my name's Mike Ergo. You can read the full article on my website, intellectualnebula.com. Follow on all the socials. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.